We are the Group 6 from BIT4J, and welcome to this video on finding the critical path on a project network. I'll be working with this activity schedule for a project. I'll be constructing a project network, doing forward and backward passes, determining the project completion time, calculating slack values, and finally, stating the critical path. I will be using this node convention here, as you will find in quantitative methods for business by Anderson, Sweeney, and Williams. A here is the activity being described, and T represents the expected activity duration or time. ES is the earliest time the activity can start, while EF is the earliest finish time, and LS is the latest start time, and LF is the latest finish time without extending the minimum completion time of the project. I usually like to start with a sketch to make it easier when drawing the full network. Activity A has no predecessor, so it can begin at start. Activity B and C needs A to be completed before it can start. Activity D and E needs B to be completed before it can start. F needs C, G needs E and D, H needs E and F, I needs H and G. Since I has no successor, it will go to finish. So here is the network with the activity nodes displaying the letters and times. So let's do the forward pass. Forward pass. Given the latest start time for activity A is 0, since its duration is 5 weeks, so the earliest finish time for A will be 5. Moving to activity B. B has an earliest start time of 5, and with an activity time of 10, it will have an earliest finish time of 15. C needs A to be completed before it can start. Since the earliest finish time for A is 5, and with an activity of 13 weeks, C will have an earliest finish time of 5 plus 13, which gives 18. D and E needs B to finish before it can start. D, since the earliest time of B is 15, and with an activity time of 7 weeks, D will have an earliest finish time of 15 plus 7, which gives 22. In E, the earliest finish time of B is 15, with an activity time 3 weeks. E will have an earliest finish time of 15 plus 3, which gives 18. Now, if F needs C to be completed before it can start, since the earliest finish time for C is 18, then the earliest finish time C can start 18. And with an activity time of 9 weeks, F will have an earliest finish time of 18 plus 9, which gives 27. G, on the other hand, needs D and E to finish before it can start. Since the earliest finish time for D and E are 22 and 18 respectively, and G needs both of them to finish in order to start, then the earliest finish time G can start is 22. In other words, the highest of the earliest finish time preceding an activity will be the activity's earliest start time. So G finishes
22
plus 4, which gives 26. In H, needs E and F to finish before it can start. Since the earliest finish time for E and F are 18 and 27 respectively, and it needs both of them to finish in order to start, then the earliest finish time for H can start is 27. It is the same process from G needs D and E to finish before it can start. So H finishes 27 plus 3, which gives 30. Lastly, I needs both H and G to finish before it can start. H and G are 26 and respectively, and I needs both of them to finish. In order to start, then the earliest finish time I can start is 30. I finishes 30 plus 7, which gives 37. The forward pass is now complete, and we have determined the earliest start and finish time for each activity. In essence, the project's completion time is the highest of earliest finish times at the finish nodes.
So we can say that the project's completion time is 37 weeks.
Now let's do the backward pass. Since the project completion time is 37 weeks, the latest finish times for the activities at the finish node I cannot be completed in longer than 37 weeks. Next, we obtain the latest start times by subtracting the activity times from the latest finish times. For H, the latest start time will be 30 minus 3 to give 27. For G, the latest start will be 30 minus 4, and that gives 26. Now E has two successors, H and G. Their latest start times are 27 and 26. Thus, the latest start time for E will be 26 minus 3, which gives 23. And now let's have D. For D has only one successor, G, so the latest finish time for D will be 26, and the latest start time will be -7, which gives 19. Activity F also have one successor, H. Therefore, the latest finish time will be 27, and the latest start time will be 18. For B has two successors, D and E. The minimum of their latest start is 19. So, the latest finish time for B will be 19, and its latest start will be 9. C has one successor, F. So, the latest finish time for C will be 18, and latest start time will be 5. For activity A has two successors, B and C. The minimum of their latest start is 5, and its latest start will be 0. The backward pass is now complete. Now, slack for an activity is defined as how long the activity can be delayed without extending or increasing the project completion time. And it is calculated as LS minus ES, or LF minus EF. So the slack for A, 0 minus 0, or 5 minus 5, which will be 0. For B will then 4, for C will be 0, for D will then 4, for E is 8, for F is 0, for G is 4, for H is 0, for I is 0. And note, for example, that activity B can begin anytime between week 4 and 9, and it can finish anytime between 15 and 19. Thus, B can be delayed for up to 4 weeks, and the project will be completed in week 37. Activities A, C, F, H, I, on the other hand, cannot be delayed at all without extending the project's completion time. So for example, if C is delayed by 2 weeks, then the project completion time will be extended by 2 weeks as well. from 37 to 39. The activities with zero slack are called critical activities, and they form the critical path, which is the longest path in the network. So the critical path here is A, C, F, H, and I. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching.